this is a gift guide for the coolest person, you know. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going through a gift ideas list. This can either be to give to someone or to ask for as the Christmas season is approaching. By the way, guys, I want to remind you that you can DM me to be part of my close friends on Instagram. I share behind the scenes, I share parts of my life and a lot of polls, so you can impact kind of the videos, ask questions, etc., etc. And I have a very special announcement. I have started a Substack, so similar vibe to the YouTube, more essay styled. So if you like the essay videos, kind of if you like the fashion videos, make sure to check it out. I would love to have you on there as well. These gifts are either gifts I've received before, are on my list, or gifts that I have given before that had successful outcome. And I try to arrange different budgets, so hopefully there's something on this list for you or that corresponds to what you're looking for. Best gifts are those that have intention and use. I think we find a lot of cute things on the market and that can be personal or sometimes not even, and that are just a bit useless. And me personally, I'm not always, obviously any gift I'm grateful for and I'm more than happy that someone would even think of me in that way, but the receiver can sometimes feel a bit lost as of what to do with this gift, and they can end up kind of collecting dust in a corner of their room. So today we're looking more towards gifts that can actually be used and that will have a positive effect on a person's life. Starting with books. In the book sphere, there's a lot of ways to gift someone a book. The first one is to give them your favorite book, a book you read and you think they would love. Otherwise, you can look on their Goodreads, see if there's anything on their list, anything they've been talking about, or something that, in my opinion, is a bit underrated, non-fiction book on a topic of their interest. So that can be art, that can be fashion, that can be horseback riding. One of my best friends gifted me for my 18th birthday a book, which I don't think I brought to uni with me, but it was a book about the painter Ang, who's my favorite painter. And that just touched me so much because it shows the way they listen to you, the way they care, the way they think about what you might actually find interesting. There's tons. I'll write some down below of topics that I like for art, for fashion, and essay-style books. But I think this is a great gift, and you can make this really as personal as possible. We gave my dad a book on fishing last year because that is one of his interests. So whatever your person likes or whatever you're interested in and want to learn more about, this is a beautiful opportunity. In the book area, also a personalized journal, a gift that combines use with intention. Christmas, I gifted my sister this. I'm gonna try and find the link again. It was an Etsy website where you design front and back cover of a journal. You can choose the color, some text. I added some photos. I made this little collage looking thing on PixArt with photos of my sister's favorite things and in the center a photo of her. And the journal turned out so cute. I really think she loved it. I think a gift that shows personality, intention, and love, and like you know the person, especially if you have someone who's obviously into journaling. This can be a journal used like an agenda for reflecting diary vibes or like a commonplace book and wishes, but having a beautiful and personalized journal is such a nice gift. This was not even particularly expensive, very far from the Louise Carmen journals, which are also beautiful and can also be a very nice gift. But I like this one a bit more because I feel like it really hits the mark on this is yours. Like these are literal photos that correspond to you, that make me think of you. I think a lot of people also love to see or hear or understand how their loved ones perceive them, myself included. So by giving someone a personalized gift like this, and by kind of basing it on their vibes or how you see them, I feel like it's giving them insight into how you view them as well, which is just a really beautiful gift and something I know a lot of people would love. Not quite a book, but close enough. Magazines. Magazines are relatively cheap, are fun if you have someone who's into fashion or actually into any topic. Again, kind of like the non-fiction books, you can find magazines of any sphere. This can be really fun. Where my boyfriend studies, there's a little store that sells independently owned magazines. So they also sell the big names. They sell Vogue and they sell like the international Vogue, but they also sell these more indie zines, and that is so fun. Last year, I got 3 short-term subscription from Le Petit Trois, which is a online, well, they're based online, but they create this journal on philosophy, art, astrology, and more. I can't remember right now. I got this for Christmas last year. This is really fun as well. I'll link them down below. But anything in this sphere is kind of different, but really fun. And I think a reader or someone who's into zines and articles and essays and Substack would love all of this. You can also get them a Substack subscription to an account that they've been watching or reading, but haven't been able to pay for. That's also really intentional. No book thing is anything in the sphere of bookmarks, which you can do those yourself. You can buy them online. You can get them personalized as well. And a book embosser. So this is basically a stamp, but 3-dimensional, on which you can write a text. So you could write, I would write, for instance, Inés's library, and then any new book I get, you can emboss it on the front page, and it says Inés's library. And this is so like personal and cute and still useful in a way, especially if you have someone who you're too scared to find a book for them. You don't know exactly what they're into. You might not be a big reader, but you know they are. I think this is so sweet. You find this on Etsy as well. In terms of fashion, there's a lot of brands you can give someone a gift card, things like that, but that can feel a bit redundant and repetitive. So 3 brands that I personally would love to receive a nice top from. These are slightly more expensive brands as they are smaller businesses and with sustainable practices. The first one, which is probably my favorite brand, I think, is Susamusa. Susamusa is a beautiful London-based brand. They create the most perfect kind of high-end essentials, like your essentials but elevated. I have a couple tops from there and they all belong in my favorite tops. Most people would appreciate a top from Susamusa. Obviously, it depends on their style, but I feel like it's, as these are more like elevated basics, they would fit in a lot of people's closets. Obviously, if you have someone who wears super bright colors and really intricate designs and patterns, Susamusa wouldn't be for them. But if you have someone who's into fashion and a more discreet maybe type of fashion, or I don't know, I just feel like a lot of people could enjoy this. I'm showing you images, so I hope that can kind of help understand the vibe. And the material is so beautiful. It's not quite a designer piece, but it's definitely a nice piece to have in your closet. So if they appreciate fashion, or if you appreciate fashion, I'm sure this is a brand you'd appreciate. Similarly is Millie Jane London, again London based, similar style. Their go-to element is this peephole design, which I love, and they use these beautiful, beautiful buttons that are kind of shiny, higher end, chic, beautiful, and very luxurious. The material seems so gorgeous. Finally, by Neil Vernon brand. They're all kind of similar. This is Australia based, but I think a lot of people would love this and appreciate this, especially like the cool girl, chic girl that you know. Otherwise, you can base it more on them. For instance, if they are into sports, buy them sports clothes. If they're into yoga, Indigo Luna is a beautiful brand. Something like this, a high quality piece that they will love for a long time and that they might not necessarily put the money in themselves. Clothes are severely underrated as a Christmas gift. I think it can be a bit scary sometimes, but that's why these are brands that are easier to like maybe than others. And in case you're looking for more brand ideas, I've made a lot of small brands to support videos, so I'll link those down below as well. Check it out, see if there's something that matches either your vibe or the person you are giving a gift to. Also, buy them a gift card to a vintage store, either in person or online. There's Kanoa online. I'll put them here. They're really, really nice. Another kind of cool fashion related gift is a phone case. I think a phone case is really easy. You can see what's the person's vibe. If it's someone you're close to, you would most likely know what kind of phone they have anyway, or for yourself, obviously. I can't remember the name right now, but I gifted my sister 2 years in a row a phone case from this brand. They have really, really beautiful stuff and definitely that kind of cool girl energy, but lots of types. There's obviously also wildflower case, and so many more. I just think a phone case is fun, it's personal, and it's not necessarily something people buy for themselves that often or that easily. I don't think it's a priority in most people's shopping lists. And that's what Christmas gifts are nice for, to buy someone something kind of fun and new. And the phone case is lovely and useful, but yeah, maybe a bit different of what they typically buy themselves. The final fashion related gift is, and this is on my list, is a big travel bag. Again, something that people tend to kind of forget buying. I think there's nothing more chic than having a nice but big bag when you travel. I'm not there yet. I tend to travel cheap, and I tend to travel with a backpack, and I have a that kind backpack I found on Vinted, which first off is too small. I could probably get a bigger one, and it's really not cute. But some brands that do this is StuffNTrash. They're a beautiful Argentinian brand, gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. A Studios, their tote bag is magnificent. And then you can also never go wrong with the classic big Longchamp, for instance. This is obviously, in my opinion, a bit more of an investment piece, a bit more of a nicer bag. You can go all the way and go to Prada or Dior, etc., or Louis Vuitton, but in a intermediate realm, A Studio, StuffNTrash, and Longchamp are beautiful brands for a nice big bag. You can also probably thrift one or find one on Vinted. It's so chic and practical, and again, not necessarily something a person would buy themselves. Moving on to the more random little things that are still really lovely. The first one is a candle, a diffuser, or a set of incense. Anything scented. This is so chic and beautiful, and again, you can personalize it by getting a scent that matches their vibe. I was gifted I don't know if you can see it, I was gifted a diffuser a couple years ago, and one of the scents I was gifted, and I still have actually, is called Summer Rain. And I thought that was so cool. And I was like, okay, like, I just thought that was so cool. And I love that the person associated that to me. And this was a couple years ago, and clearly it's marked me. Never go wrong with a beautiful candle. And you can get a winter scent, you can get their favorite scent. If you know they love jasmine or this or that, you can match it to that. Another scent related gift is Sephora does the mini perfumes that you can put in your purse. They actually went up in price. They used to be the perfect gift because they were €20. So in my opinion, when you're young and you have a friend who you're maybe not that close to, that's like the perfect gift. They went up a bit in price, but they're still a really nice gift. It's practical. It's again not something you usually buy for yourself. Beautiful, la la la. It allows them to test out a new scent without necessarily buying a whole perfume. If you go a bit pricier, a nice perfume is also always lovely. You can use the perfumist to kind of match. If you know what perfume they use right now, Perfumist is a website or an app actually on which you put in all of your favorite perfumes, and based on the notes that you tend to love, they recommend you new perfumes. And if you know what your friend or loved one wears, you can obviously put in their perfume as well and get some recommendations. I just think scent is such a under-visited sense, yet one of the most powerful ones, you know? Another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gift, if you have a bit of a makeup guru in your life, or if you are one, is a beauty case. I particularly love the one by Etoile. You can also engrave like their initials on there or something. This is definitely a bit pricier, but I'm sure you can find some cheaper alternatives. But it is so chic, luxurious, beautiful. And just taking an everyday object and elevating it, which is, in my opinion, the perfect effect of a gift. In that same realm, I love getting minis, like the gift sets for skincare mostly, because I tend to struggle when I travel with bringing everything I need. And if I get like a beautiful case of all the minis from this brand or that brand, particularly tailored to my skin type, which is very dry, by the way, if you want to gift me something. I'm joking. I think that's a beautiful gift. It's useful, it's chic, it's luxurious. Never go wrong with something handmade. I think this just shows love and passion in your gift, particularly for someone you don't know that well. You can bake them something, you can cook them something. If you have any type of craft or art, you can make them jewelry if it's your thing, a painting, this, or that. I would just highlight the fact that you need to make sure, this is a mistake I made so often when I was younger, that it is something they might actually want. If you're a great painter and you love to paint landscapes, but they have no link to landscapes, no eye for art, no real pleasure in landscapes, the gift isn't going to be the most impactful. So make sure it is still tailored to the person you're giving it to, and that they're someone that's receptive to this stuff. Oh, I love this. Events, invite them for a dinner, make them a gift card for a coffee, a dinner, a concert, give them tickets to a concert, a show. I love giving experiences. I think it's so fun. And in that same realm, a class. I was gifted from my boyfriend last year for my birthday a ceramics class, a beginner ceramics class, and I absolutely loved it. I've been talking for a while about how it was something I would want to start, and he gifted me one, and I got my hands in it, and I loved it. And I'm asking for more classes this year. You can also give Pilates class, yoga class, a workout class, a cooking class, anything, obviously, depending on the person you're giving it to. Class is just such a I see you and I think you could enjoy this experience. Different, it's so original, it will definitely have a high impact on the person you're giving it to. And then finally, a bit more of a basic one maybe, but kind of like a boo basket, but tea or tea. So either you can make it yourself, have a nice mug, maybe one you made yourself, have some different coffee, some syrups, like a whisk, whatever, a matcha set, or you can buy some really beautiful ones in different tea houses. And I think this is so elegant and beautiful, and it's gifting someone a ritual. So if you have someone in your life who's into coffee, tea, rituals in general, I think this is a beautiful gift. Hi guys, I'm just editing the video right now and I realized that I forgot one of the points that I really wanted to bring up. So that is that you can make any gift hit just like 3 times harder by making it wrapped beautifully. There are a bunch of different ways you can wrap gifts. You can use old magazines, you can use old newspapers, you can doodle on the wrapper, you can add stickers, you can add a nice bow tie. There's so many fun ways to wrap a gift up, and I think that this just elevates the experience. Something nice also is if it's a smaller element like the phone case we were talking about, or a keychain or something, to add like a couple small elements within a nice box. I think that is so underrated, and I think we should bring back beautifully wrapped gifts. They just really cement the present in intention and beauty and honestly love. So I wanted to add that in there, and thank you for watching the video. Really, thank you. On that note, I would love to remind you that Christmas and gift season and birthdays are more so about spending time with your loved ones, but gifts can be an extension of your love and can be a practical way of showing your love. So the main things to remember is intention, personalized, and useful. And I think you'll do well. Make sure to like, follow, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I hope to see you again very soon.